Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Anson Frericks, co-founder and president of Strive, to discuss a new alternative to proxy advisory firms. Anson, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Great. Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you for having me today.
You got it. Explain the role of proxy advisory firms.
Yeah, so proxy advisory firms, these are the ones that are making the recommendations to asset managers or to institutions about how they should vote on various votes that come up in a given year. And over the last, call it, 5 to 6 years, we've seen an increasing number of votes on ESG specific topics that people care about. And some people that they might want to vote for things like net zero emissions reduction at certain companies, or for racial equity audits at certain companies. And some people, they may not want those. So it's becoming really interesting to have now proxy advisory firms that can make recommendations based off of clients' interest and what it will be a good fiduciary to certain clients, and making sure that you're making recommendations based off, at the end of the day, what the customer wants.
What's their expertise set? Let's say Glass Lewis or ISS, the two of the larger ones. What makes them experts on advising on proxy votes?
So this is their business. What's interesting is that there's really a duopoly within this space. ISS and Glass Lewis, they have 97% market share. Frankly, that's why we at Strive, we saw that there was an opportunity. And really, this was something that most of our clients, they came to us with and said, hey, I might not be buying your ETFs for certain reasons because I have SMAs or I do direct indexing or whatever else it might be. But what's really interesting is that I would really love to use your voting that you do on your funds that you have and use it as an alternative to ISS and Glass Lewis, because ISS and Glass Lewis, they're both foreign owned and they are both very pro ESG companies. And so again, for certain customers that want that ESG recommendation, ISS and Glass Lewis, you can go to them. But then for other clients that just want to look through the sole lens of maximizing shareholder returns, which that's how Strive does our voting, we say, hey, what is in the best interest for shareholders? What is going to maximize returns? That's how we are going to vote. Sometimes that's with management, sometimes that's against management, but now at least people have an alternative just to make sure that, hey, if you want value maximization, Strive is the right proxy advisor for you.
So that's really what differentiates you from ISS and Glass Lewis.
That's it, exactly. So those other firms that they have now, they have a couple different voting platforms. They have things that say they might have a Catholic voting platform, that if you're Catholic and you want to make sure that all of your votes are in line with your Catholic values, great. They have those for you. They have ones that are for Muslims, make sure that you're doing Muslim voting. They have certain voting platforms and proxies that are for people that want to do ESG. Well, we at Strive, we have one that is just now for people that are solely focused on maximizing shareholder returns. That's how we're differentiating ourselves. That's what we thought was needed within the proxy advisory space. And it's pretty exciting. We already have multiple clients just 1 month after launching, representing billions of dollars under advisory that we are now making recommendations for.
Right. That was my next question to you. How many clients have you onboarded already, or ballpark?
Yeah, so we have a couple clients already in the first month, which is pretty exciting. We already have a large state institution that is now trusting their voting recommendations to Strive, and they believe that that is in line with their fiduciary responsibility to invest not only the dollars, but also do the voting and then eventually the advocacy in the sole interest of maximizing shareholder returns. So there's already a large state institution that has picked Strive for part of their business. We also have multiple asset managers as well, representing billions of dollars worth of capital that have come to Strive. We have a lot more in our pipeline as well, as people are, once again, excited to have choice and now have flexibility in terms of who they can use to advise on this proxy piece that historically has been a little bit more of a backwater, some more arcane piece of the business they had to do. But again, over the last couple of years, with the increased kind of politicization of these proxy votes, people, they want to say, again, if you want to advance certain values in terms of your proxy voting for things on environmental change, social change, et cetera, ISS Glass Lewis, great, go with them. For those that want differentiation, they want choice, just saying, hey, maximize my returns, make sure we're voting that way. That's in a lot of cases required by certain pension law or other ERISA law. Now you have Strive as an option, and we think that it's once again good for the industry and good for competition within this space to have additional choice.
And Anson, how can people learn more about the offering?
Yeah, so they can learn more at strive.com. So at strive.com, we have a tab that is called our outsourced shareholder engagement and proxy voting services page. They can learn about consulting services that we have, then also this recommendation piece. So we have partnered up with an organization called Broadridge, which does a lot of the piping and the plumbing for all of the proxy votes. They actually ISS and Glass Lewis, they also use Broadridge as well to pipe the votes to those organizations. We ride on those exact same rails. So we're partnered with a good organization that's well trusted in the industry, and they can learn all about our partnership with Broadridge and how to access Strive's votes again at strive.com.
All right, Anson, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.